Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So, how's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are well. Let me sit you down right there. Okay, so I just had to work a couple hours at work today, and I was listening. First, hold on a second. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now, you guys. Check the notification bell. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up because, you know, we're fighting against the old algorithm here on YouTube. And if you give me a thumbs up on this video, it helps my video to show up first in the search engine here on YouTube. So if you guys could do that for me, it would be really great. Today's video is going to be a story time. And I was inspired to share this story because I was on Reddit. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Reddit has a lot of different subreddits. And there's all kinds of like recovery communities on Reddit too. There's like opiate addiction recovery, there's methamphetamine recovery. I mean, there's so many different subreddits. So I was cruising my different subreddits that I'm subscribed to, and one of the ones I'm subscribed to is this opiate one, opiate recovery, I think it is. Or it might just be like opiates, period. And a lot of the times what they'll do on Reddit is they'll post these memes, right? And so I was cruising through, and I came up on this meme. And it was the kid from The Simpsons. You know, the kid that goes, ha ha. That kid from The Simpsons. And he was sitting there, and he had this look on his face like he was like, you know, like that. And it said, the look I have when I'm higher than a giraffe's dink dink. And I'm like breathing once every minute. You know, like that scared feeling you get when you're overdosing on heroin. And you're going, and then you don't breathe and you go, and anyways, I shared the meme to my Instagram and to the Real Talk Recovery Instagram. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, go look at my Instagram and you'll see the meme. But when I was reading that and looking at that and I wanted to share the meme on my Instagram, I started thinking about all the times I had overdosed. And that's what made me think of this story time. And I want to share it with you guys. So first of all, let me just throw up a trigger warning right now. Like, this is a sensitive subject. I'm going to talk about needles in here. I'm going to talk about drug use. I'm going to talk about, you know, just some sensitive stuff. So if you are easily offended or easily triggered, you might want to check out of this video right now and not watch. I won't be upset with you, but this is a serious story time, you guys. It's one that makes me realize that I'm grateful to be sober today, and I don't want to go back. So let me set the tone for you. The year, it was 2012, right before I met my husband, okay? And it was the summertime of 2012. I was working for a Kroger. I was working for a grocery store called Kroger here in Arkansas. And I was a hard worker, you guys. And I would work 40 hours a week. So I think it was a Friday. No, it was a Thursday, because we would get paid on Thursdays. So it was a Thursday, and my check had just hit. I went up to the cash. You can go up to the service desk and cash your checks. So I was getting off work, I think about 2:30, and I went and cashed my check. And usually the first thing I would do when I would cash my check was either pay off the fronts that I owe to my dealer or call my drug dealer. So I cashed my check and I called my drug dealer. I was like, hey man, you know, can you meet me up here at work? I'm fixing to get off, just meet me out in the parking lot. And he's like, okay. So he met me there about 30-40 minutes, and my friend Alicia showed up. And I bought some Xanax and I bought some Roxy's. And this was like a normal every Thursday occurrence. Like, there was nothing different about this Thursday. Nothing. The only thing that was different was that I had been taking Xanax all day that day. I had been at work, and I think I had 2 bars. I took one bar that morning and 1 bar that afternoon, and I was just working. So when he met me up there, I bought about five Roxy's, okay? And they're $30 a piece, you guys. And when I would buy him like 5 or more, he would give me $10 off. So it was kind of like a way to save money. So I bought my 5 Roxy's and he went on his way. And me and my girlfriend Alicia got in her car and rode over to my friend Gerald's house. And Gerald lived in North Little Rock in the hood. But it was like this place that we would all gather, right? And we would all gather and we would just fucking get high and kick it, you know? So we're driving over there, and me and Alicia, we couldn't even wait to get there before we shot up. So we pulled over in the Sonic parking lot and, you know, cooked up our little dose, and we both shot up a Roxy, a 30 milligram, how many milligrams are they? I can't, 15? Yeah, 30 milligram Roxy. So we went ahead and did our deal, and, you know, no big deal. So I thought, well, we were driving over to Gerald's house, and next thing I know, I don't even realize what's going on. Like, I'm out, you guys. I'm already blacking out, and I get slapped upside the head. I look over, I'm like, what? And Alicia's like, you're not breathing, Nicole. Like, you're over there going, you guys, and I'm like, no, I'm not, I'm fine, right? Well, we go inside, and everything from that point forward, I don't remember anything. And the only way I can tell you what happened is because she told me. Well, we went in, and I did like 2 more Roxy's, and I gave one away, and she said I was sitting over in the corner with my back propped up against the wall on the floor, and she was sitting beside me and watching me breathe. And every time I would breathe and I would not breathe, she would have to hit me to get me to take a breath again. I was overdosing. My lips were purple and blue, and I was not getting any oxygen to my brain. So this happened to me so many times, you guys, where I would go into my respiratory system would, like, I would stop breathing, you know. But this time was horrible because all the people at this house, except for Alicia, they did not give a damn, and they were scared that if they called the police that they would all get in trouble. So instead of calling the police, you guys, they just sat me out on the front porch and locked the door. And they left me there to die. My friend Alicia felt guilty, and she went out there and she got me in her car, picked me up or something. She's a bigger girl. And she drove me back to the halfway house I was living in, because I was living in a halfway house at the time. And she dropped me off there. And I remember, like, getting in my car, you guys. Like, I was still conscious. I hadn't, like, stopped breathing to point where I was, like, needing to be Narcaned. But I got in my car because I didn't want to go inside, and I drove right across the street to the IHOP. And that's where I passed out. And I passed out head first with my head on the steering wheel. And I woke up the next day in the hospital, you guys. The police had found me sitting there with my car running and my head on the steering wheel, overdosed, you know. And so they took me to the hospital, and the hospital Narcaned me, and they made me drink this charcoal stuff. And I just remember waking up that next morning and wanting so badly to leave so I could get high again. And I knew, like, I already knew I was an addict and I had a problem. But when I started to, like, overdose like that and almost die, and then right after I would come back to, all I could think about was how I wanted to go out and use. That's when I started to realize, like, I was at that, like, the point of no return. I was going to die if I didn't change. And I still didn't change for 3 more years. Because, you know, my sobriety date is 2015. And this was in 2012. But when I left the hospital that day, and I went across the street because I lived at that halfway house, which is right by the IHOP. So I could walk back to where I lived. I walked back, And I left from there. I packed a bag, and I never came back to the halfway house, you guys. I packed a bag, and I went and stayed with my friend Lawrence, who lived across from the UAMS. And I stayed high, and I stayed out relapsing and staying high for 3 more years. But many, many, many times I had overdosed, and my friends were too scared, or the people just didn't give a damn, and they just threw me out like I was trash. And so the moral of the story is, if you're in your active opiate addiction and you're still taking pills and you have friends that are doing that, there is a law that they passed, and it's called the Good Samaritan Law. If someone around you is overdosing and they are going, they're dying, you can call the police and you will not get in trouble. So please, if you have a friend who is struggling with addiction, or you're struggling, do not use by yourself. Please carry Narcan. Make sure that you test your dope, and make sure that you use with someone else so you're not alone, because there's too many people dying from overdoses, and it doesn't have to happen. So that's my story, one of my stories of when I overdosed and just kind of got tossed out to the side, you guys. And you don't ever have to live like that, and neither do I. We don't have to live like that anymore. So I'll talk to you guys later.